Hey guys, this is Luke with SubaruONLY. Today I wanted to give you a tour of my shop. I got some cool stuff. I got a lot of tools. They're specialty tools for working on Subarus. I also kind of came up with some little garage hacks that I use to work on my Subarus, and I thought it'd be cool to share it with you. But before I do, I want to let you know I kind of been talking with some friends about these YouTube videos, and I decided that I need to refocus the videos on bringing value to you guys, to the audience out there, because that's really the whole point of it. You know, it's not really about pure entertainment. It's really more about bringing some kind of value to people who are into working on Subarus, and either working on their Subarus, just maintaining their Subarus, or going out and racing their Subarus. So I'm involved in rallycrossing Subarus, but I've also been involved in score Baja racing. I've been involved in circle track racing. I've been involved in drag racing, and I've been a member of the Southern California Timing Association for a long time, but I actually haven't gone out there. And that's the group that does land speed racing. So I wanted to take the Subarus out there to the Bonneville Salt Flats and do some land speed racing with it too. Although for your first few years you won't be able to go to any high significant speeds. You have to pretty much go and get certified at lower speeds before they allow you to go top speed all out there. Each one of these videos from now on is going to be focused on some kind of core piece of value it'll bring for you guys, audience. So without further ado, I'm going to show you the shop and kind of go through some of the little Subaru hacks I've developed over, I guess, the last 10 years working on Subarus and 20 years working on cars in general. I actually went to UTI, Universal Technical Institute, in around 2000, 1999, 2000. And actually after I got out of UTI, I worked with a guy named Jeff. Jeff, what's up if you see this? He and I had a little shop called Never Enough Racing, and we raced his sand dragster. So, oh yeah, that's the other kind of motorsport I've been involved in. I kind of helped Jeff race his sand dragster in the ASDA, I think, the American Sand Drag Association. We went to the finals, and he had actually a record-setting car, record-holding car, and it was badass actually. For those who don't know sand drag racing, they have paddle tires and they go on like a drag on sand. So, anyways, I did go to UTI, and basically, I've been working on cars for a long time, and here's my shop, so let's check it out. Got kind of my tools over here. This is kind of a cool little hack. If you got drywall, you can put a real thin piece of plywood, this is just 1/8 inch thick plywood, mount that to the drywall, and then you can pin little screws and little hooks or little nails to mount all your tools, right? Like I have right here. And that way you can keep all your tools really nicely and organized. Another thing that's kind of cool is this is actually whiteboard material. So you can go to your local Ace or your local hardware store and get some whiteboard. It's actually the same thing. It's 1/8 inch thick, and it's just whiteboard. Let's see, here's some more of my tools. This is kind of cool. I've shown this in some of the other videos. If you haven't seen it, check out one of my older videos where I go through what this is. This is actually a flow bench, kind of a flow bench tester and cleaner for fuel injectors. So you apply air pressure up here, and you put it about 25 psi. You fill this little tube before you do that with some kind of cleaner, carb cleaner, and then you hook this tube up. You have a valve right here, and you hook this tube up to your fuel injectors. So you'd actually bolt your fuel injector rail right here on these two screws, run this into one end of the rail, block off the other side, have your fuel injectors squirting into these little funnel things, and basically you get a little device where you can activate your fuel injectors and have the air pressure here putting 25 psi at the top. That way you have 25 psi being transmitted to the column of fluid and 25 psi going into the injectors, and then you hit the little injector button and you basically light it up that way and clean them. So, alright, here's my some of my tools. Let's see, here's my EJ20G motor. Here's just kind of some of my little Subaru stuff. I got my first gen Legacy rally car right there. I got my Colin McRae little GC8. First gen IMPREZA. Got another GF8 here, little IMPREZA. Got a bunch of my shift knobs from over the years I've collected. STI pressure cap, pitch stop with polygraphite bushings in it. These are actually some phase 2 fuel rails, I believe. Got some phenolic spacers right here. That actually lifts your manifold up a little bit and insulates it, so all the heat from the block doesn't translate into your manifold as quickly or as much, and your intake manifold stays a little bit cooler, so the air charge going into your combustion chamber is a little bit colder. Gives you a little bit more horsepower. Colder air is denser, which means there's more molecules. More molecules reacting with the right fuel ratio ends up making a little more horsepower, right? So underneath here, I got kind of a lot of storage area. Got engine harness and my ECU for my EJ20G motor. Got actually a differential out of 04 WRX. Let's see, moving over here. This is actually a tranny out of a 04 WRX. This is kind of a cool one. This is definitely like a little garage hack. It looks like this tranny is on a little platform, but it's actually on wheels. This thing I can move with one finger if you check it out. You see that? I just moved that thing with one finger basically. So this whole little platform is on wheels, and it's off, the wheels are like sunken up inside, so it's just hanging off the ground like, you know, a third of an inch or something. Pretty fucking cool. That way you can move your tranny around your workshop really easily. So more shelves here. These are actually the heat insulators for my headers, and I painted them with ceramic white paint. That insulates the heat a little bit better than just regular paint, so that's kind of a cool, you know, workshop hack. Just keeping your shelf. These are actually a set of heads I'm working on for a Forester. I'm doing a head gasket job. What else? At School of Mines, I actually went there for my master's degree in hydrologic engineering. Let's see, my Craftsman chest. This is just kind of a big chest. I keep the top closed usually so it doesn't block the light. What else? You got a good set of metric wrenches, right? So you got to have a gear set. These are my gear wrenches. These are actually my small little snap-on set, my stubby snap-on set. These are kind of cool. So the snap-on set goes from 19, if you can see right there, all the way to this teeny little guy in here, which is, if I can get him, a 4mm, which is really teeny. Like 4mm, if you look at my pinky, look how little this thing is. It's a little baby. It's pretty cool. I love it. I don't think I've ever used a little 4mm. A little snap-on. This is snap-on too, so how expensive is that little sucker? And then I got some of these like little box end wrenches. They're offset. These are really key. You know, you only really need the Subaru sizes, which is what? 10, 12, 14, and then 17, 19. What else? All your socket sets. Oh, just some ratchets and extensions. Oh, this is good. You got to have a good torque wrench. I have a good snap-on digital torque wrench. I'm going to flip that guy on so you can kind of see, you can you know, adjust it digitally to the exact like foot-pound. Just a good set of like impact wrenches, 20-volt impact wrenches and drill set. My actually complete set in there. This is my drill press in the corner. This is key actually. Get a drill press with a platform that's like that can pivots. What I do is I actually set my heads on this guy and I use my drill press to compress the valve springs and pull the little trainers out using a magnet. I'll do another video about that because it's pretty cool and it works beautifully with a nice drill press like this. Let's see, just some shelves here moving on up all the way to the ceiling, so plenty of storage space. Got a big Tupperware bin. I use that to go to the rally races, so basically I can just grab that thing, throw all my tools in it, throw some spare parts in it, and cruise out to the rally crosses. This is my second tool chest. This is my old tool chest. Kind of had this guy over the years. Cops Racing Team. This is actually where I was a chase truck driver and a pit mechanic for the Score Cops team. And I did the Baja 500 and the Baja 1000, which is actually, that's over here. Now that I think about it. Yeah, here's the course from 2009 to Cote Score Baja 1000. I was a chase truck driver on this race. I was actually staged at stage 6, I think, and stage 4 maybe. I can't really remember, but I was at 2 locations, and if you guys have never checked out Baja, check it out on YouTube. Check out some of these races. It's fucking amazing. Someday I want to take a Subaru to the Baja 500 or the 1000, but probably start off with the Ducati 250. What else we got here? Come and go back around. I got a mouse pad. This is actually my Subaru mouse pad. I got that at SubaruONLY.com. And my mug, my favorite mug actually, my Blob Eye mug. Check this thing out. Lowered on black rims. Just a clean mug. I don't know. It's cool. What else we got here? Just kind of overflow, catch can. Talked about that guy. Let's see. These are the heads. They're going on the Forester. Always want to have a really good soldering iron set. So this is kind of one of the high-end ones. Separate little base from your digital control temperature thing. That's key for doing any real good soldering and having control of it. This is actually a front subframe from 92 Legacy Turbo. Basically, if you compare this subframe to a typical naturally aspirated subframe, this side doesn't have a dip. And on naturally aspirated cars, the other side looks exactly like this side. right? But over here on this side, because it's a turbo motor, it's got this notch out of it, which allows the header and the up pipe to come up and go into the turbo right through this area. So you have to have this notch here on the passenger side of a front subframe, so you have room for that header pipe and that up pipe to go into the turbo. And I got this off, like I said, 92 Legacy Turbo. Pretty cool. People actually notch, you know, the naturally aspirated ones too when they're doing conversion, and then weld it in, reinforce. That's another way to do it, but I kind of was stoked to get the original one. Oh, this is kind of one more cool thing. I got a light right here. Oh, I don't want to blind you, but I got a light right here. This is kind of a drafting light from a drafting desk, and I've mounted it with bolts right here. You can see bolts and screws, so it's super sturdy. And it's all pivotable, and you can adjust it and do it right in your workspace. So right below it here, I have my heads, and I can adjust this light right here, as you can see. So I can, like, as I'm working on my heads, I have light right over it, give me really good lighting. Lots of good workspace. I got a lot of cool things up here, right? I got an intercooler. I can't really see this high. I'm holding up the camera super high. Intercooler. This is kind of like a little, to do the cam seals, I got a little piece of PVC and got the right exact size. I wrote it on, so I'll always remember to use that one for my cam seals. Some header wrap to insulate your headers. That's actually a hydraulic clutch master cylinder, turbo rebuild kit, extra set of extra timing belt. So if you ever want to take on and off your cam gears, it's nice to have an extra timing belt. You can crimp your timing belt, and you can unscrew the bolt that holds your cam gears on by crimping your timing belt. It's a pretty cool little hack. I'll shoot another video on that someday, maybe. Rally Tech, just kind of a radiator. Keeps the air going with the radiator. That's actually a JDM, pretty cool JDM Speedo. Some fogs. These are actually a GC8 original fog lights. What else we got? Extra set of, like, just kind of interior stuff. What else? So up here is kind of cool. Got my rear strut bar from GF8 JDM vehicle. Up there, I'm going to mount that in my Impreza. I got a 92 or 93 Impreza. Let's see, Subaru, my Subaru flag. I guess I got one more thing. This is kind of cool. I have my grinder mounted on my door. So what the deal is here is, normally when the workshop is closed, the grinder's on the inside, right? So there's a grinder on the inside of the workshop, and that's fine. And I have a little light on the grinder. You always want to have a light on your grinder and a face shield right there. But when you are going to do any messy grinding, it's really nice to have the grinder mounted on the door. That way you can rotate your door outside, right? Lock it here, boom, and do all your grinding on the outside. So all your metal shavings and everything go on the outside, and I just kind of sweep it up outdoors. This is my 2017 Rallycross Series poster. That's the rally series I'm racing in this year. So that's it. That's my workshop. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope I brought value. That's the new agenda for every video. That's a new priority for every video, is to bring some form of value. So I showed you a couple cool, like, little garage hacks, little workshop hacks, little tools, specialty tools for Subarus, and I hope that worked out for you guys and brought you some value. Leave some comments if you guys have any more workshop hacks, or if you saw anything that you wanted to, like, get more info on, or you had more questions on. The comments is awesome. I can't tell you actually how much the comments mean and how much they kind of create enthusiasm for me and kind of make me stoked on doing these videos. So anything you got, any ideas, please don't hesitate to drop a comment. More ideas for my workshop or any questions about my workshop. Thanks a lot. This is Luke, Subaru Only. Really appreciate it. Check you later, guys. See you next time. Thanks.